Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. I'm the guy out here, if you don't know that already. I am the thought leader in this space, the annuity world. Today's topic is a pretty good one, how to buy an annuity. Obviously, you buy it from me. I sell annuities. And if you go to theannuityman.com and schedule a call, you're going to be talking to me until my Learjet hits the mountain, right? But how to buy an annuity is kind of a broad topic. I'm going to talk about the industry a little bit, where I see things going, as Wayne Gretzky, hockey player, said, don't skate after the puck, skate where the puck's going to be. And I'm going to tell you where I think that puck is going to be. So not until I hear music. All right, let's talk about how to buy an annuity. First of all, you might not need an annuity. Spoiler, huh? How about that from the #1 annuity agent in the country? Yeah, I mean, it's true. Not everybody needs an annuity. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Yes, everybody with a Social Security number in the country already owns an annuity, and that's called Social Security. I know that just killed all of you out there that goes, I hate all annuities. Only reason I'm watching this is to prove Stan wrong. Wrong. You own an annuity, hypocrite. How about that? Actually, you're not a hypocrite. Well, you kind of are if you say you hate all annuities. But the good thing about Social Security as an annuity is the best inflation annuity on the planet. But how to buy an annuity? I've stripped it down. Of course, I'm America's annuity agent, walking middle finger of annuity truth. Laugh about that one. I've really come down with 2 questions that I ask every single person that I speak with, even the person that checks me in on the plane. I ask them these 2 questions. No, I'm kidding. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? Let's do it again. What do you want the money to contractually do? And when do you want those contractual guarantees to start? I've also come up with an acronym called PILS. P stands for Principal Protection. I stands for Income for Life. L stands for Legacy. The other L stands for Long-Term Care, Enhanced Benefit, Confinement Care. Okay? Let's do it again. Principal Protection, Income for Life, Legacy, Long-term care, enhanced benefit, confinement care. If you don't need to solve for one or more of those 4 items in the pill, you do not need an annuity. There's no S for stock market, there's no M for market, there's no G for growth in the pill. Do not ever buy an annuity of any type for market type growth. Just don't. And my apologies to my friends in the variable annuity world, but with variable annuities, you have limited choices. In the world that I came from Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, Payne Weber, UBS, when you're talking about stock market returns, you don't have any limitations. I mean, you can get the moon. If you choose right, you get it all. So don't do that with annuities. PIL, Principal Protection, Income for Life, Legacy, and Long-Term Care. So from the 2 questions in PIL, we're going to determine if you need an annuity at all. If you do, then we're going to shop for the highest contractual guarantees for your specific situation based upon your answers to those 2 questions. If you want principal protection, then we're going to probably look at multi-year guarantee annuities. If you want income now, if you want income and then you want it to start now, that's a single premium immediate annuity. If you want income and you want it to start later, that's a deferred income annuity or a QLAC or income rider. It's really that simple. So how to buy an annuity? Number 1, if it sounds too good to be true, it is every single time without exception. Number 2, there's no too good to be true product out there, one size fits all. And number 3, annuities are commodities like a gallon of milk. You shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee for your specific situation. Think of it like shopping for a plane ticket. Unless you're on a rewards program with some carrier, you go to Orbitz or Priceline or Kayak and you punch in where you want to go and how you want to get there, and pops up the quote. Same thing with annuities. When you go to my site at theannuityman.com, we've made it very, very easy for you to shop on your own without some agent bugging you. By the way, we're never just going to call you. The only way to talk to me is to schedule a call. That's not some arrogant thing. It's just efficient, and I respect your time, you respect my time. I'm going to call right on the money. If you say, Stan, you put in, you set an appointment for me to call at 3, guess what? I'm going to call at 3, right on the dot. Maybe that's the military school my dad sent me to. Like when I hang my coats up, it's still like 2 inches in between each one. It's like ingrained into my head. Spoiler alert, I didn't do too well in the military because I was a little bit animated for them, but that's okay. But what we've done at theannuityman.com is make it easy for you to shop. Now, where the industry is going is pretty interesting. Where the puck is going to be, as Wayne Gretzky said. Now, Spoiler alert, if the annuity companies could get rid of agents tomorrow, they would. I know you're saying, wait a minute, they get rid of you? Stan the Annuity Man? You're doing such good work for the annuity industry? They'll get rid of anybody in the middle. If they could sell it direct to the consumer, they would, period. Now, what we're planning for is eventually it's going to be more of a direct-to-consumer model. I have the best direct-to-consumer model on the planet, and it's getting better every single day, and we add things every single day. My brain's on it every single day, and I'm spending all my money on it every single day so that it's easier for you. We provide you all the information and education. And I think the gap that's missing right now is the education gap. As my CEO says, she goes, people don't know what they don't know. She's right, but we're trying to fill in that gap. I've written 7 books on the subject, done hundreds of these videos, 400 published articles, podcast, the whole thing. By the way, my podcast is called Fun with Annuities. And it is. You should check that out too as well. But I do think in the future it's going to be more of a direct-to-consumer model. Now, the annuity industry, like I said, wants to get rid of agents, and they'd love to just sell direct. Like XYZ Insurance Company would just love for you to just go to their site and buy it from them. Here's the problem with that. Remember I talked about annuities being commodities? Not one's better than the other? You should shop all carriers for the highest contractual guarantee. That shoots that down. Because if it's just that one carrier and they're selling just their products, then you're probably not going to get the best bang for your buck. There's got to be kind of a different way to do it. We're going in that direction. I don't meet with anyone face to face. If my next door neighbor wanted to buy an annuity, I would FedEx him the paperwork. When you're selling contractual guarantees, which is the way I think annuities should be sold, and the way annuities should be bought, because we're talking about how to buy an annuity, then you need to look at just the contractual guarantees, not some hypothetical, theoretical, projected, back-tested, unicorns chasing the butterflies, crap sales pitch. You buy the contractual guarantee. So that's what the Annuity Man's all about. I think that's where we're headed as an industry, and we're leading the way. Pioneers take all the arrows, right? Nod your head. Pioneer. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to give you the information you need. We're going to provide the highest contractual guarantee quotes on the planet and show you the live feed of the MIGA rates, best fixed rates on the planet. But that's the way annuities should be purchased now, and what's going to happen in the future is just going to become more and more of a direct-to-consumer model that looks like mine right now. All right, so how to buy an annuity. Call comes in the other day, really nice couple, and they decided to buy a multi-year guarantee annuity. And it's great, that's okay. It's 5-year, we explained it, went through all the benefits and limitations. And I said to them, let's schedule the call. What happens in that situation, I schedule the call with my team calls right on the money, and we do the application paperwork for you. And I told them in passing, I said, hey, we're going to ask some confidential questions that's required by the carrier. We don't share any of the information, etc. Hung the phone up, went on my way. CEO calls me about an hour later after the call, and she goes, you need to tell people that all these things are going to be asked. Some confidential stuff's going to be asked, because what happened is, we asked them, okay, we need your social security and date of birth, and they just went, no, we don't give that away because it's stealing. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. When you buy an annuity from anybody, well, hopefully it's me, but from anybody, we're going to have to ask questions required by the annuity industry and the annuity carrier. They're not questions we make up. They're not questions like, hey, what do you think we should ask them? No, it's the questions we have to ask by law to make sure it's suitable and appropriate. This is to protect the consumer. So we're going to need social security numbers, dates of birth, net worth, income, assets. All of this is confidential. We don't share it with anybody. Do you hear me? Nod your head. Nod your head that you understand what I just said. We don't share that information with anybody. The annuity companies don't either, by the way. This is to protect the consumer, but we're going to need all that type of information from you. Now, if you're transferring from one annuity to the other and we've deemed that appropriate, that you're going to get a better deal going to the new carrier, contractually you're doing better, we're going to need a lot of information from that old policy. We're going to need all that information to make sure that you're fully protected. So understand that. Believe me, I understand privacy issues. I am so secretive. I am a hermit. You're saying, Stan, you're crazy. You're this anime. No, I'm a hermit. I literally am a hermit. I just come out and fly out to this undisclosed frozen tundra location to do these videos, and then I fly back and become a hermit again. I don't like sharing anything, but these are the rules. This is the law, and it's not going to change. So, if you're thinking about buying an annuity, understand, without exception, you're going to have to provide confidential, non-shared information in order for the policy to be issued. I don't want to be harsh about that, but you just have to know that going in. Okay, do me a favor and go to theannuityman.com to get my 6 owner's manuals. 6! I'm going to send them to you for free under no obligation. Let's go through them. Index Annuity Owner's Manual. Single Premium Immediate Annuity Owner's Manual. Qualified Longevity Annuity Contract. Deferred Income Annuity Owner's Manual. Income Rider Owner's Manual. And finally, Multi-Year Guarantee Annuity Owner's Manual. I'll send them to you for free under no obligation. How about that? Now, I do have this calculator. It's a really good prop. I'm not going to throw it because it costs me money. But why I hold this in my hand is you can go to theannuityman.com and use our proprietary annuity calculators and run your own quotes. And with that, I'll see you on the next Stan the Annuity Man video.